if I were to draw my liquid back up and mix them with 75 degrees Celsius gel, it's going to kill all my active cells, and that defeats the whole purpose of what I'm doing. So we're going to cool those down. While we're doing that, we'll draw the buffy coat. So now we'll take the top off these. Remember, these are what I pulled through the top, okay, 2 cc's. Now I'm going to go back in and get the buffy coat to mix. So this will be our liquid. So it's going to be 2 cc's albumin gel to 1 cc of liquid.
Did you have any buffy coat with the original, the microneedle with it?
Yeah, that was all buffy coat.
Okay.
So microneedling and the PRF liquid papules are going to be buffy coat. Okay, all bubbles out. We'll take this off. Okay, we'll take our lure lock. We're going to attach this. I'm going to take this off. We want to push all this liquid through that chamber just so we don't get that big air bubble in there. And then I'll push a little bit out of the gel. Attach. And we're going to start mixing. Okay, so 10 times back and forth. Or like Marvin said yesterday, till the doctor's ready. Okay, and then we'll take our needles and attach them, and Dr. Davis is ready to go.
Do you want buffy coat for microneedling as long as it's not orange?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, only thing that you can get red for is your biofiller, but not the injections or microneedling. All right, so I'm just splitting this evenly. You want it, Dr. Davis, do you want this split?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So I want to show you about that beautification point I was talking about. And the reason we're using biofiller there is because we do want the volume to stay. We want a bit of a lift. And because we're using biofiller, we can no longer use the tiny needle. So this is the 25 gauge orange needle. So you're not ever going to use that for liquid, just if you've made the biofiller. Okay. So I like to draw those Hinder's lines. Usually I draw them on, the pencils we've got are quite waxy. So after all the work that our patients have done, I don't want to draw too many waxy lines, but I want to demonstrate. I just made my own ruler, by the way. But this would be the line from the lateral canthus to the corner of the mouth. So, and then the angle of the nose to the tragus of the ear. So that's, if I drew all the way, it would go down to there. But this is my safe quadrant, and I can feel the zygomatic arch there, because I'm going to go down onto bone, and I'm wanting to inject onto bone. Okay. So Lauren has provided me 2 needles, because the minute I touch bone with this needle, it's going to start being blunt. So I'm using one per side. I'm just making sure it's primed and that it's actually going through the needle and it's not blocked. Okay. And then I'm just going to play around to see when I inject this, where would be the most lifting beneficial point. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 injections, one here and one here. Okay. When you inject with hyaluronic acid filler, we always aspirate. It's really tricky with PRF, but it's a good habit to get into. So I'm going to go right down onto bone. I can feel the bone. So tomorrow, you can hold, and I feel I can't push any further. It's solid, it's bone. You can try to aspirate with this just to make sure you're not in a vessel, and it's a good habit to get into. So it's a weird feeling. It shouldn't be too painful. How's that feeling? Perfect. So I'm just slowly going to add some volume in this beautification point. Okay. And I'm actually going by look. I'm not going by number. And I'm going to add a little bit more volume here. And that's enough for me. Well done. And then you can mold a little bit. You can mold with a bit of aquaphor. But what I wanted to show you is we wanted the light to reflect on this point. And that's what people mimic with makeup, with bronzer and contour. So you get the natural light reflection without making a big apple of the cheek. But I also wanted to sit up and to see what's happened to both sides of the face. Okay, so let's see if you can sit right up. Sit it facing up. Okay. So I find this side's really lifted, and she's going to have nice, natural, without having to contour her face. You can really mold that in. Now remember that 30% of that is liquid, so you can overfill as long as you tell them you're overfilling, because 30% of that is going to go down. Okay, so sometimes they sit up and they're, oh, my cheek's quite big, but just remember a little bit of it is going to go down. Okay, so I'm just going to do the other side. And Dr. Flax has a dinner date, so I promised him I'd move quickly along to the hair, so we've already spun that. I should have actually measured both sides before I did the one. And I'm going to...
How do you measure?
So I measure from the angle of the nose to the tragus of the ear, and the lateral canthus to the corner of the mouth. Okay. So it's our last injection. Our patient has been so brave today. A little blob from the orange needle. So I'm going to play around again here. Oh, we've got a little bit more, so we could do a temple injection. Okay, so I'm right down onto bone. I'm giving a light push and I'm tapping on bone. I don't want to lift up when I inject, because then I might be in a different space. And this is going to go. Sorry. It's offering a little bit of resistance. So I'm just going to come up, which can happen with the biofiller. So I'm actually going to just, can I get another? Oh, there is another needle here.
So when you only inject by the bone, you don't inject any application?
Not, if I haven't got a cannula in this area, I'm only injecting on the bone. Okay. Let's try. Sorry. It's getting a little bit stiff, actually. I'm going to use some of that. So I'm glad this is happening now, because it's one of the tricky parts is getting used to using biofiller, is that sometimes you get blockages or it clots. So when you're starting off and practicing, you can make it slightly thinner with more fluid. But I'm going to try that one. Just with an orange needle. And I want it 1.5. Thank you so much. So we won't do your temples, because I'm going to need to use it on. Okay, third time lucky. Okay, hooray, it's going. Okay. Okay, no, I just used a new needle. Yes, I'm just molding it. Oh, you mean when I'm injecting? No, yes, it's still. I'm just molding it a bit. So, I'm going to wipe this later. So we use all the biofiller on the cheeks, and this will give a nice lifting effect to your face, and you'll see tomorrow when she comes down, she won't have to contour her face with makeup. And then Lauren's going to do a beautiful mask post-care, which is made specifically for after microneedling. So you can't just use any product, any mask after microneedling, because all these microchannels are open, and it has to be designed for microneedling.